Hi, it's the 3rd of July 2018 at 1 pm. This is yet another video, more to say more women on my channel than the guys. Alright, this is a continuation of my how to get in touch with guys, how to mesh with guys. Okay, and I've given this a great deal of thought actually over the years. I've always noticed there's a disparity between men's conversation and female conversation, and it was only this morning I was talking to Jay Lord that the penny finally dropped. I thought about it, and we were discussing why our understanding of why women, understanding them how they think. All right, and I thought, okay, if I had to put it down to one word, if I had to assign one word to describe a woman, okay, how they strike me, I came up with judge. I didn't come up with nurse or anything else like that, or prostitute or anything. No, I came up with judge. That's really, and I thought, yeah, if one word to describe roughly how I feel about most women, yeah, it's judgmental. Yeah, so and typically I thought, well, I could go on and on and on and on and on and talk for 20 minutes, and I've wasted 19 and a half minutes because they made their judgment after 30 seconds. And that's how it feels to me, actually. It's like, yeah, it's just like sitting back. I'll talk and say, I know, because I go into chat rooms and what have you, and yeah, I can just sort of sense I'm being judged. I'm not going in there to be judged, but that's what's happening. So there's that sort of feeling of just judgment on you. And the reason that I came to this conclusion was that I've noticed that guys will talk and talk and talk and talk. Women tend to say very little, a few words. And that more or less made me think, yeah, well, that's what a judge would do. Yeah, they've already made up their mind. No, they don't like you, or no, they've already. You no need for you to keep talking because we've already decided what we think of you, and that's how it feels. It doesn't feel like it's a progressing sort of thing at all. It's just like, no, we've already made it. Why are you talking? We already decided we either like you or we don't like you, and that's how it feels to me. It's like, yeah, I'll either and then if they don't like you, they'll delete you because we don't like you, don't want you anymore. So why bother talking? I think that's just it's like that. You're either in jail or out. we either want you in our jail or we don't want you in our jail. Yeah, we've made up our mind. Yep, we've judged. We've decided. And then you can be in there for a while and then decide, no, we made a mistake. Now you're going now. I think that's probably the best way to look at it. Really, I think that's what guys are pissed off about. They're just saying stuff. We don't want it anymore. I don't. I may not be mgtow. I don't know what I am, but I had enough of this. Okay. So if there are any women watching this, it's that's just generally how we feel. It's just like, yeah, we're under review, and there's no need to talk and keep going because you've already made up, you've already discussed, we've already decided, and what we're trying to say is, conversation and discussion and what's should be entertaining. We move along, keep going. It's not. We don't care whether we're judged. Well, at least I don't. And you can think what you want of me. That's not going to make me happy or sad or anything else like that. What will make me happy is if I'm doing this. That's what I love doing. It's risk. Yeah, so what I'm putting together is just a quick little video. If any women ever watch this, and you're keen or you're trying to, make contact with men or just develop a better relationship with men. Yeah, I think it's possible to synthesize conversation or sentence to get from here up to there. All right, I think you can actually do it. There are a few things. You just don't do any of these things. That's one thing. That will help, but that only gets you to there. All right, but to get up to these upper levels, what I'm calling it a focus word. Just a little bit like that's a rope, okay? And I guarantee that guy is focused on that rope intently. All right, I'd say he wouldn't be worrying too much about the buildings, out there and checking out the weather. No, he's just focused entirely on the rope. So I use a couple. I'm sure there are others, but I use two. One is problem, the word problem, and the other one is the word convince. And what I do is I just put it in mind like a computer calls code, like call convince, bang. And it started for me years ago. I wrote a romance novel, 75,000 words or something, quick, short little one, and I thought I'm going to try and do this just by having a call convince. Everything that happened between the characters, they were either trying to convince one another of something, or they were trying to convince themselves of something, for introspection. So it was, but I just hovered around the word convince. And it worked. I didn't sell the book, but it didn't bother me. But it actually was possible to write thinking just that one word. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff we do as well. It's like the guy on the rope. He's got to balance and all that sort of thing. But he's focused on the rope. He's not just going anywhere. Okay, he's got to stay on the rope. Okay, and that sort of gave rise to thinking, it's possible to do. Yeah, you can synthesize it. You can create a whole story of just people trying to convince one another. They could be doing these things as well. But yeah, I used one word, a focus word, convince. And then from that, I moved to another one was problem. Which I use a lot these days. I don't use convince as much, although it's still there. But the whole point is I'm running my mind on very, very little information. Much the same as, I might write a lot around it, but I'm running it on just one word at a time. That's what's fueling it. Problems, classic. We all have so many problems. Not psychological problems or something. No, just little things like, I've got to sweep the floor, it's dirty. That's a problem. I don't want to do it. How do I convince myself to do it? Do I force myself, slave, or do I, find some other little way to convince myself? That's just a little problem. It's not a major problem. It's just, it's. I think it was Emily I was having a conversation with the other day, and she was having this is an example, okay? She was having a problem with a 3-year-old who she refused to give her sweets. And she said, no, you're not getting any. So the kid was throwing a temper tantrum. So I was mucking around, just sort of, talking about this, what a great problem it'd be, and how, and Emily didn't understand because she doesn't know how guys think, okay, and I was just trying to make fun with it, just have fun, like it's not a serious problem, the kid, got the shits because she wasn't getting a sweet. It's not the end of it's not like she's got cancer or anything. No, it's just, and I thought, well, there's an opportunity, okay, to discuss a problem. But Emily couldn't understand it. All right, she was just, what are you on about? Because she's in this mode, judging. All right, but if she understood what I was doing and how to synthesize conversation to get it up there, she would run with the problem, and suggest her own crazy solutions as well. We can have a good laugh together about something that's totally unimportant. And children are fun to talk about. They're not boring. They're not. How do you stop a child wanting sweets? I mean, the mind boggles. You could go on and on about it, but it got cut off, and the opportunity was removed, because I think probably because it's anti-opportunity. So in a sense, getting up there is like being an inventor or a businessman or something. You're looking for opportunity. You're looking for problems to solve. It's all of that, and then the idea is to run with it. Because men tend to be business, thinking, what can we do here? But you make it entertaining. It doesn't have to be serious. And because once you get down into the serious level, this is where you are now, judge. It's just not fun to be with. I mean, look at it. Does she want? Who would you rather be with? This madman up here or her? Okay. He'd be a lot of fun. I reckon he'd be pretty hyper once he came back in. How was the weather out there? Oh, too bad. But I mean, it's that's it. You can. I believe you can. I've done it. You can synthesize it just by thinking of one word. There might be other ways to do it as well, but just by and I do it daily. If I'm starting to fall into this area here, I actually think, no, think problem. Just load, just like a call, like a computer program call problem, and and then something will come in, and you start thinking, oh, yeah, okay, no, today's video, maybe I could do this. Should I use a mountain climber or should I use I've got a problem. I've got to make a decision. Do I use a guy on a tightrope over a city or a mountain climber? Which one best? Mountain climber goes with ascendancy. Just a crazy little problem like that. That's just a little. That's a little problem that I find even entertaining to myself. And I sort of put it in, and I sort of couch it in an entertaining way. But look, this is just, I don't know what the ultimate answer is, but the way it's going, guys just don't want to talk to women. The guys on the channel just don't want to just don't want to know them. Probably, I'm guessing because it's like this, they don't want it. There's probably other reasons as well, but that then is being judgmental. But the whole point is, it's just that they want fun underneath it, or people want to be happy and to have fun. And it's possible to synthesize it. I've done it, and you can do it too. Anyway, good talking to you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.